Welcome everyone, Makozi Racing Internacional salutes you. This is a stream for round 4 in the Manufacturer Series in the first stage of the FIA Gran Turismo Championships 2020. It was Group 4 at Laguna Seca. So as you can see here, we've used the SLS AMG Group 4. And yeah, we did the first 2 slots. The first one we came third. See that? That's the first slot. Second slot we came second. And qualifying in these 2 races really just did not go to plan. First slot I qualified in 9th, and the second slot I qualified in 8th. So we're struggling a lot with getting that single lap pace in, but considering this is Laguna Seca, it doesn't suit the SLS that much. So yeah, still it was a long race and anything could have happened. I'll have a look and see what happened now. You can see we've got Mick Matt on pole position. Got Emery there in second place with her Audi TT. Sidog third, 286. Sticks TC, that's a new name, not a new name, but a returning name. We haven't seen him in quite a while. He's in 4th. John Titor, also one of those drivers in the Alfa Romeo 4C. Adam, as always, in his Mustang in 6th. And we've got Double H right behind in 7th, and then following Double H is me there in 8th. A little bit of a disappointment considering I could have gotten more. Keaton there in 9th, then Matty Gaines ending up the top 10. Matty Gaines coming back after quite a while being absent from these championships, probably having a break. Hey Aussie Devil, hey Cody, Wesley, Driftmaster, welcome to the stream. Doing fine, thanks Oscar. How about yourself? A little bit disappointed that I couldn't get more out of qualifying. It's really my fault, but I'm pleased with how the race turned out. Still, I would prefer winning, obviously, but considering the result that I got starting from 8th, I should be happy with that. So, there we are. P8. Let's have a look at what tyres everyone's using. So, I'm on hards, Double H medium, Adam on hards, John Titor on mediums, Stiggs soft, soft, Emery on mediums, and Matt on soft. So, see there at the start, I'm really just trying to get the tyres warm, because the hards do not work well at turn 1 if they're not at the right temperature. So see me there going left and right, very energetically trying to get some warmth into those tyres. Immediately you can see why I did that. Adam, John, both going very wide at turn 1. Double H almost getting a pass on Adam, and yeah, it just didn't happen. So Adam retains 6th, and that's a good job by him since he's on hards, and Hayden there 7th, he's on mediums. Not sure what happened to Emery. We'll have a look, Ranger. That I was interested in that as well, because she started 2nd. She's got a very fast car underneath her. I know Audi would struggle a little bit with front tyre wear, obviously, but still it's a very, very fast Group 4 there, and to finish 10th is a little bit surprising. So we'll see what happens. Well, Group 4 BOP definitely needs some more. Yeah, Noble, I'd agree. I completely agree with you. Adam there, you can see gets a 0.5 second penalty, goes in the pit, so do I. is really simple. We're all going one lap on the hards, and then working our way from there. Possibly bend it at some point. Oh, you never know, Cody. That's what we'll have a look. I think she was doing fine. See that coming onto lap 2 right on the left, she's still second on mediums. So that, yeah, perhaps we'll see. I'll just do something real quick. So Adam serves his penalty. We don't really get up for a pass because he's a bit too far away. But knowing Adam, he's usually really quick. That for Mustang, so we're not gonna force our way in front unless he yields. Obviously, just gonna stay behind him, save tires, and save fuel. Win this race. Oh well, good luck, Christopher. You'll struggle a bit in qualifying with the SLS. It's really not good on a single lap. So you compare it to something like an Alfa Romeo, it's 5/10 off. So yeah, you're not going anywhere fast on that one lap. The only thing that this AMG has now, since the update, is race consistency. So you can do those laps one after the other very quickly, very consistently, but in terms of raw pace, this car just does not have it. It's got the tyre wear, it's got decent fuel wear as well, but the outright pace it's not. You're not going to be finding it at Mercedes-Benz, unfortunately. Alpha ES range are very hard to beat. So this was the second slot for everyone that's watching. We did the first slot, qualified 9th, and Ranger there, he qualified in front of us. I think it was 3rd or 4th, and McEwen, he also qualified on pole. So had 2 Alphas in a very strong place at the start, but yeah, kind of a telltale sign of how strong they are was at the end of the race, because McEwen finished about 4.5 seconds in front of me, and Range Ross finished in second, also 2.5 seconds in front of me, and they both were pretty comfortable in their cars. So anyone that's using a lightweight vehicle, so Alpha, Toyota, Megane, possibly even the likes of MR cars like Citroën and Ferrari, those will be struggling a little bit more, of course, but lightweight cars seem to thrive a lot more in this combination. He didn't lose anything. Yeah, what's the point? Cody, well, it did slow him down a little bit, because he made a small cut through the corkscrew, and he only got a small penalty, which only took off a little bit of time during the race. So I think that the way they've done it, they've actually moved some of the penalty lines, and it's actually helped people who've gotten a penalty to not lose quite as much. So that's good. But yeah, sometimes you see people getting 1 second penalties and getting away with it. It's that's just how the game works. So lap 4, Adam, I think, yeah, there you go, he puts his indicators on. I give him a small wiggle and a flash of the lights, letting him know, oh, thank you, mate, I'll go for that. And yeah, do apologize if there was a little bit of contact there. I went on the inside, Adam was holding his outside just fine. I may have given him some contact through lag. So I apologize for that if that happened. It didn't look like from my side, but still. Should I even bother from the Huracan? Alex, I'd say you should try, but don't expect too much. It's never good to like just quit a race before you've even started. It's always good to at least try once. If you feel like you're not going to improve at all after that first race, then you can stop driving. Crazy weather up there, but Aussie Devil, the weather is fine. Nothing going on too much. You can see that Emery, she pitted in after one lap on hards. She already did mediums. Aussie Devil. Thank you, Driftmaster. Yes, I do, Christopher. I was trying to save fuel and tires. You can see that's working for now. Got better fronts, better fuel as well. Yeah. Yes, but with old slipstream, yeah, Mitchie, I agree. But the difference, I don't know. The difference wasn't quite as noticeable before this update. Like, if you put everything you could into qualifying, you could still do very well with heavier cars like Mercedes or Honda. You could still qualify very high up and keep up with those guys. But now I feel like there have been some small handling changes, as has been mentioned, and at a track like Laguna, it really suits lightweight cars more, as I mentioned previously. Any idea for this update? No, unfortunately, Christopher. Hi, Laszlo. Welcome to the stream. Yeah. It's horrible. It's okay, Aussie. Just stay indoors and you should be fine. Whereabouts do you live in Australia, Driftmaster? I live in Perth, in Western Australia. So I'm on the other side of the country, away from the big cities. I mean, Perth is still quite big there, but yeah, nothing. It's not quite the mega city of the eastern states. So tracks way too unbalanced. Single and tire rate, smooth to high, faster because wear out tires even more. So yeah, Mitchie. I know that's pretty obvious at this point. Many people have noticed that. You just gotta deal with it. That's how things work. So Matt, after 7 laps in softs, he pits in to take on mediums. Sidog, he continues on with those softs. Stiggs follows him through, and Double H, he pits on mediums after starting on the same compound. So yeah, between, you can overtake Megan, but not too easy to over cars. Yeah, Mitch, yeah, it's Group 4 was always going to be a little bit troublesome balance, but that's why there are different tracks that suit different cars. For example, a Megane can't be amazing at let's say Monza or Le Sar, but it does better on smaller tracks like Laguna Seca here, or I don't know, the shorter variants of Lago Maggiore. So they've made it so weaknesses and strengths are a lot more noticeable between certain manufacturers. In Group 3 you don't see that quite as much. So Matt comes out, he's on mediums obviously, we are on softs, kind of second-hand soft if you say so, and we're just trying to keep up here with Matt. We know we're not going to overtake him. He's got the handling, he's got the newer tyres even though they are mediums, but the car is such that he can just brake later than us, even with the worst tyres, and still get away with it. So at this point we're just going to try and keep up, try and save some fuel, so we don't have to lose quite as much in the pit. So, yeah, don't know, Alex. The Mazda, thought that it was going to be somewhere in May, but you never know. In this car, yeah, Michi, I mean, with the right driver, certain cars just are unbeatable. So yeah, like you mentioned, Mikael winning at Spa with the Megane, it's a little bit strange to see, obviously, but not unexpected, because a driver of his caliber, he can do that. He's got a lot of skill and talent, and he can get the most out of the car and out of every situation to make it work. Yeah, that's our favourite car, just hit. Yeah, Aussie. The Megane Trophy and the Group 3 car are both very good in respect to cornering speeds. Yeah, they do tend to fall off on the straight. So if you're a guy that knows how to get through the corners quickly, you know how to nail every apex, then Renault is for you. But if you're a guy that prefers to overtake on straights and wants to be able to defend on longer tracks, then you might want to stay away from that. Still, manufacturer series is made so that you drive for your favorite brand, and Clifton Digital, they've been doing their best to try and make that a possibility so that it doesn't force you to have to drive something that's competitive, because that would take away the goal of the manufacturer series. It's to represent your favorite brand, not to drive something that's overpowered. Yeah, the Mazda was late May, exactly. That's my point. I don't think it's going to be coming this month, but I'm not an insider of Polyphony Digital, so I can't say for sure. You never know. So lap 10 of 15, we're still behind Matt. At this point, our tyres are beginning to drop off. So I could have gone another lap behind Matt, but I was afraid that I was going to be I was going to start losing too much time to him, and maybe Adam could have done something and get an undercut. So you can see I decided to pull in to the pits. Adam, he does the same. You can see I've saved about 8 litres more, so that's an entire lap extra fuel. And Matt there continues on. Sidog as well, Double H, he's on softs. And now what you guys were wondering about Emery, let's see her laps. 27, 28, 28, 1. So she made a mistake last lap, and that's why. So she was fighting Fat Furby. He's on softs. You can see that Emery, she has to change her line. She has to slow down considerably to make that corner. So that's why she's lost a lot of time that one lap. But apart from that, I don't see where she lost that much. Maybe lap 5. Let's just have a very quick look. See that she was fighting with John O'Stan as well. Okay. Yep. So those basically were in and out laps. That's why they took so long. Okay, moving on. Like I said, did it on lap 10. Adam followed me in. Had an extra lap of fuel. I refuel about 22%. End up with 46. Should be 45. There we go. And I'm going to be finishing the race on mediums. So the strategy I went for was 1 on hard, 9 on soft, and 5 on medium. In retrospect, I don't think that is the fastest. Because, like, outright, there are some cars that would do better with a different strategy. So the Porsche, for example, it can go further on the soft. The Toyota and the Megane, those three can make the tires last a lot more, especially the softs. But with the Mercedes, I think that's pretty much the most you can get out of it. 1 hard, 9 soft, and 5 medium is really the limit of performance. Yeah, I agree, Mitch. Everyone can get a lot out of all the cars, just if they practice enough. You have to refuel, yeah. Hey, Amazing Owl. Hey, sorry, Andrew. Good to see you here. Hey, Wizard. Zach Fish and Pat Furby. Yeah, Pat Furby. We were just talking about you earlier on. You had a small fight with Emery. So, yeah, welcome. And the Subaru, of all things, obviously will be struggling a little bit with tyres and slightly with fuel. Good evening, Danny. Well, so, Emery just... Wow, okay. She actually pitted twice for softs. So she came in on softs and she went out again on softs. So that's why she fell so far down. Plus, she probably had to fight her way through a little bit. See there, Lane and Natty within the Toyota 86s. Lane there giving a little bit of a wiggle, showing he's not too happy with that penalty. See Emery there, she tries to take them both from the outside. Turn 1 of Laguna, that's never a good idea, but at least she gets by Natty. Natty there's going to have to be content with staying behind. Lane so that 1 second penalty, and that's going to let Emily get that position. You can see even despite the update, the RDTT's tires are not amazing. There was it was said that the amount of tire wear on FF cars are reduced. It is, but at this point it's still not enough on some tracks for it to really let the FF cars shine. So maybe they'll get a bit more love in a future update, we'll see. So, back to us. We've been going 4 laps so far on the mediums. Matt has pitted in, Seidel has pitted in, Double H, Stiggs, they've all pitted in. What I was surprised was how Matt actually had enough fuel, so that must have been at the start when he pitted in on lap 7, and he came in for when he was on softs and he came in for mediums. He actually needed to, he actually refueled. So that's why I was surprised, but that's what the buffer at the start of the race due to qualifying position gives you. It gives that little bit of extra time to save fuel, to refuel more in the pit, and that's the benefit though that the lighter cars have around Laguna Seca. Hey Joshua. Turbo race, yeah. I mean, we all have them, Fat Phobe, it's okay. So, in the end, Seidel couldn't really make the progress he wanted. He started third, he got into second, but he was held up by Emery at the start of the race so much so that that hindered him in that first stint, and by the time he could let the 86 do what it does best, it was a bit too late. So he had to settle for third. Got Matt here coming in first, so well done to him. Very strong car, very strong performance. We come home in second, Seidel third. Adam, good recovery by him. So he finishes a strong fourth. Stiggs in fifth. Hayden in sixth. John Tider and Keaton following very closely behind for a seventh and eighth. Kenamos in ninth, and Emery comes home in 10th, but that's strange. I thought there was an extra pit stop somewhere there. Okay, yeah, never mind. She went medium, hard, and then double stint of softs. That's what she did. But that still, the Audi is not the greatest race car, and that's why she lost out in the end. So yeah, we got 327 points, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, 327. So McEwen, he got 331 in the first slot. Matt got 341 in the second. We got 327. So we're not going to be getting 36 or 40. Probably have to settle for the 33 at this point, which isn't bad considering the SLS is not very strong at Laguna. But yeah, I'm gonna start finishing the stream there. Thank you everyone for tuning in. This round it went okay, not the greatest qualifying, but this car is strong in the race, and that's where it matters most apparently. But still, would have been a bit more satisfied if I can get my one lap speed together soon. Yeah. Simmons won the race. He started on softs, he then went on to mediums, and then he did the final lap on hards. And yeah, the only reason why he won was because he started on pole. Like, the reason why he beat me was because he started on pole, because by the time we started the race, I was 4.5 seconds behind. So in the end, I managed to claw that back to 1.6, 1.7, I think. So we could have won, but yeah, the qualifying let us down. Yeah, all the best, guys. I'm not going to do the next slot. Pretty satisfied with my result. But for everyone that's doing the next slot, and for everyone that's racing tonight, good luck with your races. I hope they go well. Expect a little bit of a mix-up throughout the races, because different brands, different advantages and so forth. Yeah, just be careful. Stay safe during these dangerous times. Be careful, wash your hands, obviously. Social distancing and all that. Listen to your mum, listen to your father, parents. Eat your broccoli. Yeah, just in general, take it easy. I'll see you guys soon. I might be streaming the next round of nations and manufacturers as replays. We'll see. Until then, all the best, and as always, driving with the best.